What is going on, YouTube? It is a bright early Saturday morning here at Osmond Auto Parts. So basically today's video is going to be another Colorado build. I'm really trying to get this thing done and get it off the lift. It's just sitting there. It's tuned and everything. I can't have any fun with it yet until I get on my tires. So today we're going to be working on shortening this Ford 8.8 rear end. So for those of you who don't know, the Ford 8.8 swap is like the LS swap of rear ends for just about anything and everything. These 8.8 rear ends have been swapped into drag cars, drift cars, everything you can think of. So anyways, everybody uses the Explorer rear end. It's a 31 spline rear end versus like a 28 out of like a Fox body or New Edge. The 31 spline is great for making power because they're pretty much indestructible in stock form. The only thing is the pinion is offset. So you got one axle that's 2 7/8, I believe it is, wider than the other one. So what you gotta do is you gotta cut down one side and shorten it, and then use two short axles. And then it's a nice centered axle and it holds a lot of power. So I bought the Caltrac kit for the 8.8 because the 8.8 is a 3.25 diameter tube, and the Colorado is a 2 3/4 or something around there. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it and start getting this rear end shortened up. Now, fair warning, I've never shortened the rear end in my life. So, see me doing something wrong, sorry. Alright, I got the rear end all cleaned up, all the rust off where I'm going to cut and shorten this thing. I'm going to show you now how I'm going to make sure that this axle tube does not get clocked in the wrong position. I went ahead and I laid a piece of angle iron on here, and I drew my line. You guys can see that. I drew my line here. Now I'm going to take my grinder and I'm going to cut a nice, kind of deep cut in here, so that when I'm sanding and everything, I don't lose this line, so that when I take my center section out and I move this shaft over towards it's going to be over here, that I can match up the two lines to make sure that this thing doesn't get clocked. But this is your brakes. So if your brakes are on at the wrong angle, your calipers are not going to bleed right, everything's just going to be off. So you want to make sure that this stays the exact same way that it's supposed to be. Now that it's cut, see, I got a nice straight line here going down the axle. I'm going to remove this 2 7/8 out of here, and I can reline it up to make sure that nothing gets moved in the wrong spot. Because if you weld this thing wrong, it's kind of a one-shot thing. If you do it wrong, it's going to be wrong, and you find a new axle, and I do not want to find another one of these. So the best way I've seen a guy on YouTube do this, I watched a couple videos, and he took some hose clamps. They put hose clamps on the axles, and then he cut along the hose clamp. If you think about it, a hose clamp is pretty dead straight. Because otherwise people put tape and stuff, you're cutting towards the tape. And I just feel like with tape, you can't get an exact 100% straight line. But with hose clamps, I'll have a lot more of a chance of getting this thing straight. So I'll put these clamps on, and hopefully they go small enough. We'll see. Just a hair too big. I have to find some smaller ones. But I think it'll work. Alright, got my hose clamps on here. Now I'm going to use this side of the caliper, and I'm going to move this hose clamp over to where it should go, and make sure that this thing is squared all the way around. All right, that was painfully slow, but so now there's a little more excess on that side and this one too. I'm trying to find you a piece worse. Like right here, with a hair above the tape. I'm gonna have to go ahead and grind those down nice and flat with my grinding disc to get it as straight as possible. Just a little update. I have some angle iron here clamped down, holding the bars straight as possible. See, it's got a little gap here, but I think I gotta hammer this end in more to get it to sit tighter. I got the axle in there, spins nice, free, so I think we're good there. So now I gotta take all this back apart, bevel these, and then lay like 4 good tacks on there, and then just burn the whole thing in. Alright, got the welds on. They're not the prettiest, not the greatest welder, but I did bevel the hell out of the tubes, so that should help penetrate that weld really deep through. And I'm gonna go ahead and grind it down a little bit, clean it up, see if I missed any spots. If I miss any spots, I'll go over and re-weld it and then re-grind it again. Because I'm not really sure where that leaf spring perch is gonna sit yet, so I don't want that to be an issue when I go to bolt it up. Well, upon further inspection, kind of pissed right now. So I was like, you know what? I'll start assembling the axles inside the tubes, get the C-clips in there and everything. And I went to go change the spider gears because they had some wear on them. Figured out while I'm there, change them. Look at the clutches. Clutches are all broken pieces. So, I mean, I got the axle for $100. Kind of a gamble. It is what it is. My next plan is to buy a whole center section. I think Ford sells them, pre-built with clutches and all, and just drop a whole pause unit in this thing because I am tired of playing around at this point. Well, got the center section out. It's full of metal shavings. This bearing's making a horrible noise. So with that being said, it's gonna be the end of this video. I was really hoping to get some more done today, but unfortunately not. So I gotta order some parts or figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Until then, don't forget, like, subscribe, and we'll get back to Colorado here probably next week. All right, peace. All right, give you guys a little update on the shortened rear end. Got my wheels on. I actually had to buy new ones because the back spacing, the old ones were hitting here on the leaf spring. So these are my new ones. Turn the light on. Okay, brake lines ran. I welded on a tab right here to hook the brake line to. Calipers on. Oh damn. Anyways, this all looks good. I got this up here going up to the frame. New brake line all the way down. It's just sitting on the perches right now until I figure out where I'm gonna get them welded at. These shocks are gonna get replaced, but what's cool today is I got in last night my Viking coilover finally. So now I can get this front end finally on the ground.